Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians. And let's get ready to get the show started. First up is my man Fig. His talent's out today. What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh man, it's a good day in the neighborhood. The weather is lovely.
It sure is. It sure is. I love it out here. Also, Michael Sean is in the building. Mike, what's happening?
What's good, fellas?
We missed you yesterday. I hope everything's good with you, bro.
Everything's good. My bad miscalculation on appointments.
Yeah, I know how that goes. Daniel Dugard
Yeah.
is also in the building. D,
What's up, fellas?
How you
What's
doing?
good, guys?
He got his Golden State Warriors yellows on. And my man Dave, the business bully, is in the building. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, Frank. How about yourself, sir?
All right. And finally, and my man Amir A-Rock Silly's in the building too. Amir, how you doing, sir? How's everything?
I'm good. How's everybody? How you gentlemen doing today?
I'm going to get changed
Lovely.
right now. I'm changing
Over
my
here.
clothes. I'll be back.
Over here looking like a Batman supervillain.
All right. So first off, we're gonna get this show started rocking and rolling, man. I don't know if you guys have been following the Brittany Griner situation, but I just heard this morning something else that really bothered me. She testified really early this morning. She came on board this morning, and she got interrogated by the Russian judge who's overseeing the trial. She said she was packing really quickly, Fig, and she threw in two cartridges of cannabis. Now, the crazy thing about this, Fig, is the last guy who did this, even though he was expected to get 10 years, he got 28 years on a similar sentence. 28 years on a similar sentence. Now, I'm reading all the details and stuff like that. I'm not going to jump into too much of all this and everything. Fig, I'm going to let you talk about this. We're going to jump into a couple other stories. But Fig, break them off for me. Tell me what your thoughts are about this, bro.
Man, it's a scary situation. If she was anybody else, it would be terrifying because she would definitely be facing that 28 years. I think the thing is, it really doesn't matter the length of time that they're going to give this young lady, whether it be 10 years, 15, 20, 28. I think at the end of the day, she probably will be traded for somebody that is a prisoner here in the United States. So the amount of years is probably insignificant in the whole. What I think they're probably doing is maybe they're going to make her sentence high so they can get somebody that's a real high profile over here. And I think that's what ultimately will end up happening. But to be in another country and to be locked up in their prison with their laws, it has to be terrifying for anybody.
Michael, Sean, you get the last word on this, then we're going to switch up the guys with something different. I want to throw this out there. Mike, you've been talking about this for a while. You've been bringing up some great points, man. Let me just ask you this, Mike. Two cartridges. She's contesting that she wasn't explained all her rights and everything else. Do you think any of that's going to even matter? Because I think she's handling it a little bit off, but I don't know Russian law at all. Even though I'm a criminal justice major, I don't know anything about it at all. But it seems like to me she's handling this wrong. What's your thoughts on the hearing and what you've been following? What you think?
I don't think all she's doing is following the advice of her attorney, I guess. I mean, I don't know what to say. This really, I hate to sound redundant, but this really could be a tragic situation where this lady really stays in a Russian jail for a certain amount of time.
Right.
I mean, if we discussed it before, I'm not going to run all over it again. Joe Biden, the president of the United States, is not giving up a high-end weapons dealer in return for Brittany Griner. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. And I'm not blaming her in any way because this is tragic. But she had played in Russia before. Hadn't she played in Russia for a few years? This was her first year playing.
Yeah.
So didn't she know the protocol? And I'm not trying to put any blame because I've done some dumb stuff in my life. But it's just, if you know the protocol of another country, you got to stick to that protocol to the letter of the law, or else this can happen.
Yeah. Do you look like you wanted to say something on this? Did you want to say something?
You know what, man? I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you brothers because I respect all of you guys, and I'm just gonna say what I feel. I don't believe her. I believe she's in an unfortunate situation. I believe she knew what she had in her bag, And I believe the arrogance of her in her position, she probably just said, what the fuck? She knew better from playing previous years over there. And then all of a sudden, did you get so comfortable that you felt you can get something through customs? I don't believe you accidentally packed what was it, like 2 grams or something like that, to my understanding?
Two cartridges.
Right. That amounted to what, 2 grams? I don't, my gut tells me I don't believe you. And it backfired on you and you got caught. We're not going to give up this arms dealer for her. So I really believe this is going to be something that's going to be part of a cultural trivia thing in our culture, to where this sister is going to do some time. It's unfortunate, but when you're in another country, you don't really have any rights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like, Dave, you wanted to say something on this, because I was going to move on, but Dave, you wanted to add on this?
I mean, can we just be honest here? Nobody cares. Let's just keep it a buck. Nobody cares. The owner of the team doesn't care. Joe Biden doesn't care. Most people, the only Britney most people know is Spears. Okay? When it comes to the WNBA, since I was a freshman in college, this league has operated at a $10 million deficit. This is a money grab. They don't care about none of that. They're not doing anything to go get her. And Joe Biden don't know whether or not he needs to be a president or fall off his bike. Like, can we be honest here? Not since Lisa Leslie has people talked about a woman in the WNBA with this much press. She's not getting out. She's gonna be in there like Broke Down Palace Russian edition, and it's a sin and a shame. But like, I gotta agree with Dugar on this. Like, she should have better known better.
Amir, do people care about black women in sports, bro? Are we getting that?
No, I think that people do care about black women in sports. I think that what we're seeing here in this particular case, though, as so many other people have said to this point, is 2 things. One, a blatant disregard for what you think are other people's laws and how they govern themselves. And then to me, the second thing, which I'm just finding funny because Dugar hit the nail on the head. I'm one of those people who packs, almost at the end as well. Sometimes you just leave stupid stuff. You mean to tell me she couldn't get here, get a new whatever she uses and 2 new cartridges? You're Brittany Griner. You a WNBA all-star, superstar, whatever. So you could have got a whole new one here. I'm gonna leave that one in Russia. I'll just give me a new one when I get home. Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah. I have to agree with that one. All right, so y'all, we get ready to start rolling out some questions. I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions. But before I get into rapid fire questions, Dugar, you getting the first one up, man, because this is about your team, man. And I saw this morning, and I was like, man, I can't wait to hear what Dude's got to say about this one, man. The Golden State Warriors in a bit of a money quandary this summer. They have 4 players who are all in need of a new contract real soon. Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole. But Draymond Green is pushing to get a 5-year max contract. He's looking for $164 million over the next 5 seasons. If you're Golden State Warriors, do you pay Draymond Green that money?
What you do, you continue to develop Kuminga. You develop that's what you continue to do.
Question though, do you pay
Draymond's like it's not worth giving Draymond that money. No.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You want to add on to that, man? More than that, or you want to leave it at
that? No, he's on the tail end, and he doesn't put up. He's a very instrumental part of Golden State. He's the heartbeat of the Golden State Warriors, but his numbers don't rectify getting that type of contract. He was blessed and fortunate to get the contract that he got because of the culture, and they were winning. But I wouldn't re-up him at this stage in his career with some money like that. No, sir.
Okay, so with that being said, Dave, the business bully, I'm bringing you in next because the money is what we're talking about. The contract,
yes,
here's what we contract. We talk about 5 and 162. His numbers are nowhere near on paper. He's nowhere near what the average, power forward center is, but you can make a case that he is the integral part of making that Golden State Warriors team run. If you are the GM owner, do you pay 5 years, 164?
Frank, I'm reminded of a gentleman who's a pastor named Bishop Bullwinkle. He has a song that went viral last year. It's called Hell No. To the no. Well, here's why. Draymond Green is definitely dope. He is definitely instrumental. But if I got to choose, I can find another dope instrumental player. As long as I got Steph, we good. Listen, did Golden State suffer when why can't I call his name? Damn, just that quick. Went to the Nets. You know what I'm talking about. His hair is nappy as hell.
Kevin Durant.
When KD left, did Golden State suffer?
For a little bit.
Good point.
Not really, though. Because Steph was still draining them. Like, the team is good as long as we've got the nucleus. This dude ain't the nucleus. He's like the cheese sandwich that was left out next to the Bunsen burner that made the daggone penicillin. He's not the medicine himself. Sorry, I'm not paying him $165 million. Yeah,
all right, so Mike Sean, if you don't pay him that money, does he stay?
Draymond's looking for his last big contract. Draymond's already got rings. He's already got a reputation. He's already got a legacy of being the glue to that team. He's also got a job waiting for him on TV once Charles Barkley retires. So I think Draymond would love if Golden State gave him the money, but I don't think he believes Golden State can give him the money. What are they going to do with Andre Wiggins? They got to pay him. If Klay Thompson continues to produce and gets better and better and better, somebody has to get out the equation. Like, somebody gets eliminated from the equation. Now, that's why Golden State, when I hear fans like Daniel say what he said, that is the way you got to think, or else you wind up like the Boston Celtics with Robert Parrish and all these guys at the end of their careers, and even with the Lakers do the same thing. Listen, the evolution continues. And if you want to win another championship, you got to go with the flow and decide, are you going to develop these young guys, or, God forbid, you make a run at Kevin Durant? I don't know.
Fig, if they don't pay him, I'm going to say this again. If they don't pay him, and if he leaves, because there's a great possibility that he can threaten to leave, where do you see him going to if they don't pay him and he leaves?
Ain't nobody else paying Draymond Green that kind of money. So if he leaves, he's going to leave for less money. So you might as well stay. I can't think of one other franchise that would pay Draymond Green with the productivity that he has on the offensive end that kind of money. They're not going to give him $156 million. Not one other team. Hell, you can't even get Kevin Durant traded at $130-some million, and he's a prolific scorer with 4 years on his contract. How Draymond Green going to get that money? Now, what I will do, I will offer Draymond Green 2 years and a player's option, because he is extremely valuable to the Golden State franchise. But at 32 years old, I'm not giving him 5 years, $156 million. That's ridiculous. You'll hamper your entire franchise.
All right, now, Amir, do you agree with Fig, or do you think there's a fool out there? There's 32 teams. There's got to be one fool if that could pay him 162, 164.
I don't think there's any team that's going to pay him that much, but I do think that there is maybe one or two other franchises that he might be able to end up on and contribute to the energy of that team. Like, you take a team, whatever the team Joker's on, is not coming to me at this particular time. Denver. A team like Denver, they don't have really an enforcer. The Joker is a methodic, slow-moving, almost Tim Duncan, kind of player. The other two gentlemen who are coming back, they move, at a quicker pace. So they need somebody who kind of will bring that toughness and bring that, kind of energy to their organization. I know that comes to mind for me. And maybe even where Doncic is, because again, they don't have somebody who's an enforcer. They just have guys that go out, they play the game, they shoot well, they kind of do the perimeter stuff. Remember, Draymond Green is the guy who does all the dirty stuff that most teams don't have players who do that kind of stuff. There's only a few teams in the league that have one or two players, or have a player that, kind of is in that energy. Do I think he's going to get the kind of money he's looking for? No. But because he's already got 4 rings, he doesn't lose anything if they go from 165 mil to 145 or something. He got 4 rings. Ain't losing nothing. I still get to play, and I got 4 rings. So we're losing.
Hey, Frank, the only way that could happen is if this rubs Steph Curry the wrong way. Pause. If Steph Curry makes us think about it and says, I need my dude here, the one that jumped on the pile when everybody was climbing on me and trying to hurt my ankle and stuff. If he makes us think about it, there's a chance. I don't think it would be wise, but if Steph says something, then it could happen.
That's a great
Good
point. I
point.
like the point that you made.
Frank, you also got to look at this, Frank. Draymond works so perfectly, and he's so important to Golden State because of the surrounding pieces that Golden State have. What other team in the NBA are going to have the same type of pieces that will allow Draymond to facilitate the way that he does? So
Right.
it's the components that make Draymond valuable with Golden State. He may not be that effective with another team because he doesn't have splash brothers around him like that. So I think somebody mentioned Miami. Miami has shooters. Denver has shooters too, but the Joker moves too slow for Draymond.
Yeah,
He would have to be in a fast-paced offense to where he can get the rebound and push it, but the components around Draymond is what makes Draymond so valuable to Golden State, and I don't think he would be as effective on any of the other teams in the league.
I have to agree with you 100% on that, but let's not forget there are teams out there like Atlanta that just got DeJounte Murray and they got that other kid trade. They might be able to do something. Like, you never know. Go ahead, Fig. What you want to add?
Also, Brooklyn, if they stand pat and they can't get rid of Kevin Durant or Kyrie, he would work in Brooklyn because that's pretty much what Brooklyn needs. You know what I mean? They got Ben Simmons and they have the Curry. They got Joe Harris coming back. So they got a bunch of shooters in Brooklyn. They don't have that facilitator defensive they don't have that defensive enforcer that Draymond Green brings to Golden State. You put him on a team like Brooklyn, he sort of would fit that mold except for the money.
Ben Simmons would cancel Draymond out. He wouldn't work there. He wouldn't work there.
Ben Simmons is a guard. Ben Simmons is a guard. He wouldn't cancel Draymond out. He's a
No,
guard.
wait.
Yes, he
No,
would, because Draymond brings the ball up the court a lot on the fast break, and that's exactly what Ben Simmons does.
and neither one of them can neither one of them can shoot.
Yeah,
The
that's
Blind Boys Choir Harlem shoots better than Ben Simmons.
All right,
Have
y'all
ever seen
ready?
it?
Y'all get your thinking caps on, man. Before we jump into the rapid fire questions, I got some football because we got a lot of football questions I want to add today because it's training camp has started. But before we jump into the football, I wanted to throw this out there. I don't want you all. Let me know who wants to go first. I was sitting there thinking, like, what could I come up with? And I came up with the most shocking trades in any sport that made you go, wow, like, that shook you to your core. So I just need 4. It ain't got to be, or if you want to throw in 5 with an honorable mention, you can. And since I threw it out there, I'm going to go first. Okay? I'm going to go first. To me, the most shocking trades that shook me was A-Rod to the Yankees. That trade, because I thought he was going to the Red Sox. I had been hearing about it for a whole summer. That whole 2003 to going into 2003, I thought A-Rod was going to the Red Sox. That's number 4 for me. Number 3, KG and Paul Pierce getting traded was my most shocking trade that I heard. I thought that was like, wow. I couldn't believe that A, they got rid of him. So, and B, that they thought it was time to move on. But then they ended up getting a lot of pieces for that. Number 2 for me has got to be the Colts when they traded Marshall Faulk to the Rams. I was like, that's huge. I didn't see that coming. And number 1 for me that made me gap my mind. I just was like,
I already know.
What?
Mookie Betts.
No.
No?
Mookie Betts was a free agent signing.
Oh, okay.
Trade. Mookie Betts, yeah. Now, if I said free agent signing, which is a good question, most shocking free agent signing, yeah, I'm still mad about Mookie Betts. Yeah, I'm still pissed off. I'm pissed off to the highest levels of piss off activity to that one. Yes, you know about that. But the most shocking trade to me has got to be Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics was the most shocking trade to me because they traded Isaiah Thomas for him, and the Celtics. To me, obviously being a Celtics fan, that was much. So that shook me. I couldn't believe. So who wants to go first? Who got 4 that they think the most shocking trades in all sports? Who want to go first?
I mean, I'll go. I don't have 4, but because you took one of
give me what you got, Mike. Give me what you got.
the one that shocked me, and I did not know it was going to change football for the next decade, was when the Cowboys traded Herschel Walker to the Minnesota Vikings and got all those picks. I wasn't knowledgeable about how important picks were. And there's nobody that could have told me that they were going to wind up getting Michael Irvin and Emmett, and Herschel Walker would never, ever see a Super Bowl, ever. That one was shocking. I got an old school one. When the Sixers traded and somehow or another got Houston to give them Moses Malone. Like, how the hell did the Sixers get Moses Malone, which took them to the promised land with the 4-4-4-4? And I got an old school baseball one, but that was it. Herschel Walker to me was the most shocking one because I didn't think Jimmy Johnson, they always claim college coaches couldn't make it in the NFL. So I thought Jimmy Johnson was tripping. I said, you're going to give up your best player. And that's back in the day when football was a running game. Yeah. That's when you needed a running game and an offensive line. And he gave what people were saying was the best all-around back in football at the time, arguably. And so that one was the biggest shocker for me.
Well, so what's your baseball one? You didn't say it.
Oh, the baseball one is an old school one. The New York Mets traded a pitcher named Tom Seaver in his prime.
I remember Tom Seaver.
In his prime. Not only did they trade him, he actually played his last game and he cried in his locker room because he got traded. He went on to be a Hall of Fame pitcher for the Cincinnati Reds, won multiple World Series championships with Big Red Machine. And then you know what the Mets did after that? We brought him back when he was washed up.
Yeah.
And we brought him back.
Yeah. Who wants to go next? You got who?
I got 4.
Okay, go ahead. What's your 4 most shocking trades in any sport, Fig?
Man, well, one of my most shocking trades was when when Toronto traded Tracy McGrady at 21 years old. I'm like, are y'all crazy? At the time, I thought be honestly, skill for skill, I thought Tracy McGrady was better than Vince. And you had Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady on the same team. I was like, man, these guys are going to win something. And then they traded him. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
The next one was, I believe it was the A's that had him at the time when they traded Reggie Jackson to the Yankees. I was like, Reggie? Y'all traded Reggie Jackson?
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
The guy that hit the home run in the World Series. I was like, are y'all stupid?
That's when they were cleaning the house.
The next one, Terrell Owens. Now, I know that he had problems in Philadelphia with his quarterback. But seriously, this dude, without the reputation of what happened in the locker room, Terrell Owens was arguably the best receiver in the NFL. And that's the dude you trade? That must be out your mind. And I got another one on my list. When the Houston Texans traded Deshaun Watson to Cleveland, the fact that he decided that he was going to go to Cleveland, and then Cleveland guaranteed him $230 million. I'm like, what? $230 million for a dude going through a court case? I'm like, Eddie Black? I'm like, come on, man. That was shocking.
What you mean, Eddie Black?
Last but not least, one of the most...
You got 4 dingers.
I got one more. One of the most shocking trades that, to me, that is just mind-boggling is the fact that somebody would decide to be a proctologist. Who wants to look up somebody's behind for the rest of their life? I mean, that's your job. You looking at behinds. So that's the most shocking trade to me. You could have been a dentist, but you decided to go to the other side to be a proctologist.
All right. So figure his. Mike did his. So we got Amir, we got the bully, and we got Duga. Who wants to go next?
Hey, I'm a roll with what Fig said, man. Except for the anal driven profession.
You ain't gonna give me 3, 4, none of that.
I can't. I mean, I just can't. I can't think of. I can't, man. So I mean, what Fig said was like right on point, man. So I'm gonna ride that.
All right. Okay. So Dave. Yeah. Also, and Amir. Dave, who wants to go? Dave or Amir?
Yeah, I'll go. Frank, I could be wrong because I don't know if somebody was a free agent or they were traded. Like I don't like. I'm not the stats guy. I watch the stuff and I'm upset. But surprisingly enough, when Reggie White went to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh,
You give up the minister of defense. Who do we get? You don't know. You don't remember. All I do know is
think
that
he was
Reggie,
a free agent. Yeah. I think he was.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, to me, yeah, anytime you leave one thing, to me, it's a trade. Forgive the hell out of me. So that's one.
That's even worse because they just didn't want to pay him.
They
That's
just didn't
even
want to cut the
worse.
check. And he was the biggest star in the city. Like, this dude was everything. He was giving out turkeys down in North Philadelphia like he was Nino Brown. Aside from that.
Oh, wow.
I want to move on for a minute. You do know that there was a time where Charles Barkley was at work, and what do we do?
Yeah.
What do we do? To Phoenix? I feel like I said that yesterday, but no, that's fine. Eric Lindros, Quebec traded for Ron Hextall and like 4 other players, and we got Eric Lindros, and Eric Lindros was a hot young commodity, 18 years old. He could beat on the fly. I don't know if you guys are hockey fans, but Lindros was that work until he got more concussions than a WWE wrestler off the top of a steel cage.
Yeah,
he was an absolute wash up. And finally, the most shocking trade I've ever seen is when Alexandria Oasia traded Randy Jackson for Jermaine Jackson and had 3 of his kids. I was shocked, man. I couldn't. I'm to this day, I'm dumbfounded.
Amazing stat. Amazing stat.
You got some? You got some? You ready?
I got some. Hold on.
Business bully. You forgot that Barkley got traded for Jeff Hornacek.
Hornacek! Yes. Oh my God!
Yes.
All right, man. Go ahead.
So we got the Rams trade Jerome Bettis for some draft picks. We forgot about that one.
Nice.
The Raiders, they had Randy Moss, and they gave him to New England for some draft picks. Remember, Randy Moss that next year had the greatest of his career. Paul George, the original Paul George, not the one that came later with the various names, traded from Indiana to OKC. Then when he was traded from OKC to the Clippers, so he's on here 2 times because he's had that kind of effect. This one that I forgot about. The Falcons traded Brett Favre.
Oh yeah. Oh, you would.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's one for Frank because I know he's gonna love this. The Dolphins got rid of Wes Welker and sent him to New England.
Oh yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, to round out this wonderful segment here, good old John Way leaving the Colts to head to Denver.
Yes.
He was
Yeah.
So
you know what all of us forgot? My man just texted me and said, Frank, you're an idiot. I can't believe you didn't say this. Literally forgot Tom Brady got traded from the Patriots to
we forgot.
Did he get traded or he left?
No, he got traded. He was in the last year of his contract, and the Patriots was trying to negotiate for a new deal, and he didn't like the new deal, and he didn't like the direction they were going, and the Patriots traded him in his last year's contract.
What? Tom Brady got traded?
It was an official trade.
Yeah, it was an official trade.
Yeah, it wasn't a free agent signing. It was a trade. I forgot about that one. That's got to be the biggest one I forgot about. That's probably the biggest one. Yeah.
Sorry, and then won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then won a Super Bowl. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna come back to a couple of these other things, man. But y'all ready for this rapid fire, man? I'm getting ready to hit y'all over the head. It's literally now NFL season time, and we getting ready to get stuff started talking. So, Mike, Sean, you up first, bro. We got Carson Wentz. Will he make a difference for Washington Commanders? This is his 3rd team in 3 years, and everybody and their mother in Washington is like, he is the man. Look like he's getting ready to break him off, and everybody's really excited. Carson Wentz, is he the real deal out there?
God, I hate to be fig. It must be one day. I just want to be white for like one day. Just one day. I just want to be white for one day. Just so I could do little stuff like go to a store and browse. Like just for one day. Just go to the store and browse. Just browse. This guy not only failed in Philadelphia, refused to play in Philadelphia, went to his former offensive coordinator who stood up for him and said, I can get him back. He failed again. And now he don't even got to fight for the starting job. He's been given the starting job. Listen, there's no way he's going to make a difference with the Commanders. First of all, that the organization is in shambles. Carson Wentz is not the leader that you want when a situation is perfect. Not to mention when the situation has got a lot of shakiness and Ron Rivera's getting in your owner might go to jail. No. Long answer. No. Sorry about that. No.
No, it's okay. I like that answer. Fig. Baker Mayfield looked like he won the starting job with Carolina Panthers. Fig, the ESPN was up there this morning. They were saying, looked like Baker Mayfield got the starting job and everything else. Are you satisfied knowing that the Carolina Panthers, got Baker Mayfield on and they moving forward and Baker Mayfield's the guy? Or what's your thoughts on that?
I thought Baker y'all know I'm pro-black all the time, but I always thought that Baker Mayfield got a raw deal in Cleveland, man. I thought the kid did an excellent job, except for his last year when he was injured, and it was his throwing shoulder that was injured. So it's not surprising that he would win a starting job, especially against a quarterback that was basically serviceable at best. He came from the Jets. Now in Carolina, he didn't do that much. I think Carolina, I'm not saying they going to the Super Bowl, but they're gonna make some noise.
Okay, all right. Daniel Dugar. Sean Payton is sitting at home. He's on the couch. He's sitting there relaxing. But people are saying right now, if Mike McCarthy doesn't get his act together in Dallas, he's going to be out, and Jimmy Jones just waiting to bring Sean Payton back, because Sean Payton used to be an assistant head coach on the Dallas Cowboys. He already knows the system and everything else. What's your thoughts on Sean Payton coming to the Cowboys?
Being my two favorite teams are the Raiders and the Saints. Unfortunately, I see him getting that Dallas job in the next season or two, because I don't think Dallas is going to do anything. And I just think McCartney is going to be out of there. And I can see Peyton coming in there, bringing his offensive skills to Dallas, and Jimmy and Jerry giving him all that money to think that he'll be the Messiah as he's taught for all these other coaches in the last 2 decades. So I can see that happening.
Okay. All right. Amir. Brian Daboll stepped up to the mic this morning, and he was saying he's going to make some changes, but we should expect some big changes for the New York Giants. But do you think Brian Daboll is going to be the guy, is the answer for the New York Giants? You think? I guess not.
Yeah. You know what's so sad? Like every year, I'm sick and tired of us being mediocre. Like they've been mediocre since Fire and Ice. That's how long it's been since there's been any noise for the Giants. And I just can't figure out what the problem is other than where's the New York attitude? You're New Yorkers, for Christ's sake. God damn it. We tend to think we're better than everybody at everything just because. And I watch these guys year in and year out, and they just flat out disappoint you on both sides of the ball. It's not even like you could be like, oh, well, this side is good. Both sides are terrible. So I hear him talking, but let's see if he's going to back up what the heck he's talking about. Because right now, it's abysmal. It's abysmal. That's all I can say. And I'm a Giants fan, so you can see how disappointed I am. I'm a Giants fan.
You look really disappointed. My man Dave, the business bully's got to be pretty happy because Jalen Hurts is in his second season. The Eagles made a lot of adjustments. They got right now. People are picking him to go to the Super Bowl. I've heard 4 people say this morning alone they're going to the Super Bowl with the adjustments they made. And Jalen Hurts is an accurate QB. So you sitting there, man. Are you happy with the pig and poo-poo right now? What?
This is the time I get upset at being a cast member on the show, Frank. Quite frankly, because Rodney Perry is a working comedian. As a result, there's nobody here to do this. I am excited, Frank. That is correct. However, the Eagles are the greatest team at snatching defeat from the jaws of victory I've ever seen in the history of football. So, as a result, I have what my mama would refer to as cautious optimism and what my Uncle Ozzie would refer to as if it was a fifth, we could all get drunk. I hope we make it to the Super Bowl. But don't worry, Philadelphia's going to find a way to jack it up. I guarantee it.
All right, so y'all, that's the first round of rapid fire. We get ready to hit the next round of rapid fire. I don't know who goes first, who went first last time, so I'm gonna start with Fig. Fig, you ready for the next round? You get ready for the next round? All right, so the next round is the Seattle Seahawks had to release Chris Carson, the running back. He planned to retire from the NFL. He had a new neck injury and everything else. But the Seattle Seahawks literally have a lot of hopes of what's going on in Seattle. People are saying Jimmy G is going to land in Seattle. People are saying there's going to be some changes made in Seattle. But right now, people in Seattle area are upset because of the changes that they see happening. What's your take on what you hear happening in Seattle? You know, they have no QB. You know, they lost now that they're starting QB running back. They lost a couple of wide receivers. DK Metcalf wants to leave. What's your thoughts on what you're hearing about coming out of Seattle, Fig?
It's probably gonna rain. They get a lot of rain in Seattle. Their coach is so far past Social Security age, and they didn't have an offensive line. Russell Wilson's favorite song was "Running for My Life," that old gospel spiritual. I'm running for my life. So you're gonna get a guy who is habitually injured and make him the quarterback? Seattle ain't going no place. You see what I'm saying? And the only way they gonna get to the Super Bowl is if everybody chip in and buy tickets.
All right, okay. All right, next round. We in the next round of rapid fire. Amir, AFC West. People are saying Russell Wilson is going to be the team with the Denver Broncos that's going to topple in the AFC West, the Kansas City Chiefs, because the AFC West right now got the Chiefs, and they got now the Broncos. Do you think the addition of Russell Wilson, because all they supposedly needed was a QB. Their defense is tight. Their offensive line is great. They have some great studs and wide receivers, brand new guys, wide receiver. Russell Wilson's supposed to be the answer. You think that's what's going to happen over there?
I think Russell Wilson has something to prove. I think he's going to probably have a very good season because, to the point that you just made, asking Fig about Seattle, things just started to unravel, for that organization on a whole, not only with the coach being old, but, just in general. The Legion of Boom went away. Just so many things seemed to happen all at once, and everything kind of fell around him. Russell Wilson seemed to still be capable of doing what he's capable of doing, but when you don't have the other pieces to facilitate that, it shows. And to your point, he's stepping into a situation where all of those pieces are in place. So the only thing that can screw this up is him. But I think that Russell Wilson is capable of that. So I'm looking forward to what he brings to the table this year. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. We better strap in.
Right.
It's going to be good.
Daniel Duka, Tyreek Hill is gone. The Honey Badger's gone. And also they lost 2 or 3 other pieces on their defense. Kansas City is still supposed to be the favorite coming out. I don't see it. Do you see it?
I don't see it. I think what's getting ready to happen, man, I think it's going to be anybody's conference to win. It's going to be anybody's to win because they're going to all be so tightly half a game here and a game here. I don't think it's going to be a big gap as where we would see Kansas City do that in wins and losses. I think it's just going to be bottlenecked. I don't know, man. That's a coin toss, bro. That is a coin toss. I don't see Kansas City being as effective. And I don't really know how Denver's really going to do. The Raiders are going to look great on paper as usual, but I think they're going to be the same usual suspects. So I would say out of Denver and the Chiefs, but no big gap in wins or losses, man. It's a coin toss for me.
Yeah, how many wild cards are allowed? 3 wild card teams now?
Yeah, 3 wild card teams. Yeah.
I could see the whole AFC West making the playoffs.
All right, but Mike, the question you got is the San Francisco 49ers now officially committed to Trey Lance as QB. They hope they agreed that they're going to move on for Jimmy Garoppolo now as soon as we can, everything else. Trey Lance literally has, I don't know if people realize this, but as a pro, he's played the least amount of pro starts than any NFL QB right now, especially any of the guys who have many years as he's got. Do you think he is the real deal and the answers and San Francisco's overly excited about him, or do you think he's showing him something? Because I saw him play a couple times. I wasn't shocked. Like, I was like, I don't get it. It's not like he was Patrick Mahomes. I don't get it. What's your thoughts on this Trey Lance situation with 49ers?
I don't understand the rush on. I understand the rush on starting Trey Lance, but I don't understand the rush on getting rid of Jimmy G. Damn it, I can't say his last name. I don't understand the rush in getting rid of him when you got him under contract. Why wouldn't you just keep him there as a safety valve just in case something happens to Trey Lance and it doesn't go right? You've already gave him the pat on the back. Dog, it's your job. Don't worry about it. We're not putting pressure. But just in case, keep him there. I mean, right now, he's still got a rehab. You're still not going to be able to trade him for a few weeks because he hasn't finished rehabbing his shoulder. So I don't understand the rush to push this guy out when this guy's done nothing but play PC. He's politically correct. He hasn't complained about anything. The man doesn't make a peep. He's like, listen, I'll sit right here. If you need me, you need me. Holler at me. Text me. DM me. I'm here.
There it is. There it is. All right, so y'all ready for the next round? The next round is, let's see, who's going to go first in the next round? Amir, I think it's your turn, bro. I think it's your turn. All right, you ready? Amir, yes. Urban Meyer was one of the worst coaches in NFL history. He turned the Jacksonville Jaguars organization upside down. But people are now saying that the Jacksonville Jaguars are looking forward to obviously a better year this year because they got rid of it. Obviously, they got rid of Urban Meyer. I forgot the coach's name. The coach from Philadelphia. They ended up getting him. But they got a great QB. What do you think? I mean, there's nowhere else they can go but up, right? I mean, that's the way I look at it. You know what I mean? Urban Meyer almost toppled up. And let's not forget, he was one of the most undercover racist coaches out there too. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on last season.
Well, you know, like anything, obviously, getting rid of him was a big step for that organization. But the question is, have the players recovered from whatever energy he's provided to the organization? Because a lot of those guys had to, you know, look themselves in the face. And even though he was horrible as a coach and as a motivator and as a leader, do y'all come back now under this new leadership and under the new ideology that the new coach is going to bring and pull together? If you're a true professional, hopefully you do. And, you know, that's what you're looking forward to. But sometimes those things have a residual effect. You know what I mean? Because there could have been some people who quietly liked Urban Meyer. You know, you always know that there's two sides to this, you know, to the story. Hopefully, though, you're looking for them to most certainly have a better year because they can't get any worse. That's for sure. You know?
I agree with that. Daniel Dugar, New Orleans Saints have now put Michael Thomas. He's supposed to be coming back, but he's getting ready to start again this year on the PUP list. And so supposedly coming out of New Orleans, there's some players who are upset and they wanted him to get rid of him and move on. You're a Saints fan. Do you think the New Orleans Saints should have moved on from Michael Thomas because he is injured and I don't know, man. What's your thoughts?
Yes, because of the injuries. But when he's healthy, man, he's a force to be reckoned with. I think they should have moved on already. I don't know what the Saints are going to look like because I'm just not a big fan of Jameis. It's going to be interesting, man. And I'm going to the Raiders Saints game October. I'm rolling on out to go to that game. So it's going to be interesting wearing a Raiders hat and a half Saints Raider jersey that I'm a custom make. It's going to be weird.
Yeah, I got to see that one. So, the Colts right now are expected to make the Colts got Matt Ryan new as a QB. They have a running back who was for about a good 6, 7, 8 weeks. I think his name is Jones. That kid was literally in MVP conversations. Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor. People were saying the Colts are going to make a splash. They stepped all over the Patriots last year. I remember that vividly. What you think about the Colts, man? You think the Colts are going to make some changes this year because they got a new QB in Matt Ryan, even though he's bringing his old philosophy there? What you think?
It's the curse of the Mannings. The Colts ain't been the same since they let Peyton go. They got a dude, and his last name was Luck, and he was the unluckiest quarterback in the history of the NFL. As a matter of fact, he said, this team's so bad, I don't care how much money y'all got. I quit. Now you think Matt Ryan is going to go in there and make some noise? Let me tell you something. Anybody that got 2 first names really doesn't turn out to do that well. I'm not banking on the Colts and I'm not banking on Matt Ryan either, because he ain't Peyton and he ain't even Andrew Luck.
All right, okay. My man, the business building.
Yes, sir.
Man, the Detroit Lions won 2 games last year. They had a new coach last year. They're looking to change things around. They had a whole lot of additions. I think they had like 11 draft picks too. There's supposed to be something new happening there. People are saying there's new excitement coming out of Detroit. I read that this morning too. New excitement coming out of Detroit. If you're a Detroit Lions fan, which I know you're not, would you be on the bandwagon of the new excitement, or would you be looking at another maybe 3-win season?
Frank, we're going to talk about a town that loves Gators and Coney Island chili dogs.
Oh man!
Every year, first of all, my wife is from just outside of Detroit, and my father-in-law loves the Lions. And every year he says the same thing. Well, the team is young and they building and we excited. And every year I gotta say, yeah, Melvin, but y'all don't win. Like Christmas is a guarantee. The reason that anybody watches it on Christmas because there's nothing else to watch, and we automatically know the Lions are going to lose. You are better off if you're going to groom your child to get up out the hood. You are better off allowing your child to play for the Washington Generals against the Harlem Globetrotters, and you'll still win more games statistically than the Detroit Lions. Bro, you can be as excited as you want to. I can be as excited as an 18-year-old on his birthday at a strip club. It still don't mean I'm going to get anything.
There you go. I like that. All right, y'all get your pens and papers out, man. We're going to wrap this up with my last Mount Rushmore questions, man. And
here we go.
Yeah, get ready for this one.
I'm ready, Frank.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Ready?
All
right.
Let's go.
Who, in your opinion, give me your 4 best ball handlers that you just absolutely love to see, the most exciting ball handlers you like to see in the league, who I can't miss, like the Allen Iverson type, you know what I mean? Or maybe the Kyrie Irving types, the guys that you just like, okay, these guys are exciting, electrifying, everything else. And who wants to go first? After you get your 4, you let me know who want to go first. Dugar, you got your finger up, man. Who's your 4 most exciting?
My 4. Can I have 5?
You got 5. Go ahead.
Okay. So my 5. One is Dwayne the Pearl Washington.
I like that one. Yeah.
The other one is I'm sorry. I went blank. The other one is Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
The other one is Rod. The other one is Rod Strickland.
Oh, now I gotta add one. He took one.
The other one is Chris Paul.
Damn.
And I'm putting Chris over Steph, even though Steph has great handles. I think the ball is an extension of these other guys' hands more so than Steph's. And the 5th guy I'm gonna go with I just got to keep it 1,000, man. He protects the basketball, and that's John Stockton.
All right, so you guys can have the same. It don't matter if you have multiple. You guys pick the same guy.
And Jason Kidd.
Yeah, I just want to know who your 4 or 5 guys are. So who wants to Fig? Okay, Fig. Yeah, you gave me 6, but that's okay. The Fig, give me your 4.
I got Kyrie Irving.
Yep.
Because he's the dude that puts it down. I love Allen Iverson. He got the famous crossover over Jordan. AI had crazy handles. Tim Hardaway of the old one of Miami, man. That crossover was, even when he hurt his knee, man, when he came back, he didn't have the same speed, stuff like that, but his handles was just crazy. You couldn't do nothing with him with that crossover. And last but not least, man, this one might not be popular with everybody, but remember that kid, Jason Williams? I think they called him White Chocolate, man. I think he played on Sacramento with the boys back in the day. That kid was amazing. I seen him throw a pass behind his back, hit it off his elbow, and catch a dude on a fast. Like, that dude just could do things with the ball, man. He was a gym rat, and I loved his handle, man. Jason Williams, man.
Jason Williams had handle and could pass at the exact
but they all carry the ball, man. They carry the ball. They carry it.
You're gonna let these kids walk on your grass because ain't nothing you can do about it. You understand
Yeah,
what I'm
I don't
saying?
think nobody wants on my grass.
Get off my grass. Who wants to go next?
And-
I'll go.
The business bully. Give me your 4.
All right, so I got these in ranking order, Frank, starting from 4th to 1st on my list. Number 4, Kevin Durant, for obvious reasons. Like, let's not even play here, right? Number 3, Isaiah Thomas. Like, take with him from what you will. Number 2, the great one, king of crossovers, the arbiter of ankle breaking, Allen Iverson. And I have a tie for 1st. My first place ball handlers are Vanessa Del Rio and Corinne Superhead Steffens.
I'm not even doing my list. I'm not doing my list. That's it. I'm not doing my list. You degraded the whole list right there. You degraded the whole thing.
Who's better than Superhead? No.
Yeah, that was great. That was
She put 2 New York Times best-selling books up. She took down Shaquille O'Neal
That is ridiculous.
That is
and Bobby Brown. What are you talking about? You have never seen a better ball handler, Michael Jordan. I defy you to show me one.
That is hilarious.
Give me your best.
No, they took everybody. Like,
That's right. So, but give me your 4.
I got Kenny Anderson.
Yes,
Rod Strickland was on mine. Tim Hardaway, Steph Curry, Isaiah Thomas. Oh, and one guy people forgot, and a lot of people didn't see him. So please Google him, Michael Ray Richardson from the New York Knicks.
yes, sir. Michael Ray
Would have been a Hall of Famer if he didn't have a substance abuse problem. So
Well, I
shout
could
to
put
him.
Pistol Pete in there had better handles than Michael Ray.
Pistol Pete ain't want no smoke with Michael Ray.
Tiny
High or not high?
Archibald.
Tiny, yeah, that's a good
Tiny
one.
Archibald, but Pistol Pete was nice with it. Let's not get it effed up.
Yeah,
Pistol Pete
he
was very nice with it.
Yeah, I
So-
saw that a lot.
Nobody meant. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
I had on mine. I had Kyrie. I had Stephon Marbury.
Stephon
I had Dame. I got Dame Lillard. I had White Chocolate. I had Pistol Pete, and I got Mark Jackson.
Good list.
Yes.
Good list. Great list.
And nobody mentioned Marcus Haynes or Curly Neal.
Hey,
Oh.
Curly Neal.
Right. Curly Neal.
Nobody mentioned Skip to my Lou either.
Skip to my Lou.
Oh, we
We
not
ain't
going to
mentioned
disrespect. First of all, Curly Neal not only played for the Globetrotters, but he also played for the Orlando Magic, and he solved 3 mysteries with the Scooby-Doo team.
You know who else we probably should have on here too? What's the shooting guard dude that was slim? He played for the Knicks. He played for
Jamal Crawford.
We didn't
Yes,
say
sir.
Jamal Crawford.
And Mahmoud.
Mahmoud was yes,
See,
absolutely.
so that goes to show us maybe if I had given y'all some time, y'all would have came up with a better
really
list.
came up with something. Yeah.
Great question though, Frank.
All right,
Yeah.
so thank you all for joining the show. We got to get ready to wrap this up. Daniel Dugar is not with us normally, so thank you for joining us, man, today. So how much longer we got for you before you part out to the seas?
I sail out again Saturday morning, so I'm good, man, for the rest of the week.
All right, there it is. Amir came in, sat in for my man Talent. Thank you for sitting in for Talent. I appreciate you.
Yes,
Everybody else follow you, bro.
I'm A-Rock Sealy down there at the bottom on Instagram. I'm Amir Sealy on Facebook and Amir Sealy on Twitter. And then you can probably find me following any of these gentlemen here in the squares.
That's the truth. Mike Sean, talk to me, bro.
At Mike Sean Comedy, check me out in the morning time, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Media Room 360. Thank you, Frank, for always looking out and putting me down on the sports show.
Yeah, no doubt. Fig, talk to me.
Hey man, you can check out your boy Comedian Fig, all social media platforms, baby. I'm always there. And August 23rd, the Bucs crew, we're gonna be in Carolina.
There it is. My man, the business bully, talk to me.
Yeah, man. You can find me on all social media platforms at The Business Bully, and I'm actually casting right now for a brand new ball handler for my reality show, Who Can Hold Both.
Why would you say that?
What are you talking about?
Why would
You've
you
never
say
seen basketball drills where they take both balls. Like Sanaa Lathan trained for 6 months in love and basketball. Where is your mind,
Only
Mike?
on this show will we get that kind of ball
God.
handling on both sides. I appreciate you, Dave. Thank you for leaving my senses on the toes. Like,
Yeah.
keep them on their toes,
There
boy.
you go.
Yeah, there it is. Yo, that's the show. Like my man Fig said, August 23rd, we're gonna be at Caroline's. Caroline's on Broadway in New York. I said Broad Street. It's on Broadway in New York. 7 o'clock, doors open. We're gonna give you the flyer. Hopefully, come out today once we lock in a couple other things. Please tell your friends. We want to pack that show out. We want to get this thing on tour. On that show, we're gonna have Michael Sean. We're gonna have Fig. We're gonna have Talent and Rodney Perry. But the great thing about this is the show will rotate too. The comics will rotate as we go across the cities and everything else. The next show after that, my man Dave, the Business Bully, is going to be on that. I'm sure Daniel Dugas is going to be on the one after that. We're going to just keep rotating the shows, and we're going to give you guys something special you haven't seen, and we're going to definitely hit across the country. But in the meantime, continue to watch this show. We're on from 1 to 2 every day. We also repeat broadcasts from 3 to 4 on the Humor Mill channel. You can download the app, and we also rebroadcast again live from 7 to 8 on Facebook and all the social media platforms. Thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Talent should be back. Rodney Perry should be back. Thanks, D. Thanks, A-Rock. Thanks, Mike. Dave. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Fig. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Peace.
Again?
Yeah.
Really?